was around 10 o'clock, 9 or 10 o'clock. I think it's fairly early. And this person called me and, "Why did you see the news?" And I'm in bed. "What news?" And she told me about it.
Kind of like you with Pearl Harbor. I was in elementary school and they played the news over the PA system in school for just a little bit till we all heard that the president had been assassinated, and then they let out school. We all walked home, and it was very sad. So what about when they landed on the moon?
I was out watching them.
Yeah? 1969? They, did you watch it on TV at all? Yeah?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like to tell me about your life in general that you would like for us and anyone else to know?
Not really. It's just kind of normal.
Normal life? Well,
Normal life, I guess.
you've experienced some things that a lot of people never get to experience.
Exactly.
And I like the part about you've grown up in the best time
Yes.
in the history of mankind. And I'd have to agree with you, I think.
I don't think that I would want to go to the moon or anywhere else.
Really?
I don't think I want to get that high.
I'd go in a heartbeat.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So,
I wouldn't mind going in a stimulator.
simulator? Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be fun, but I know I could get out and get my foot on the ground.
Have you ever flown in small planes?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, in Cushing, we have a nice airport there, don't we?
Yes.
And sometimes they will, you pay them so much to fly and the money goes for charity or something. But you know, it just seems like that 15 minutes in the air, I told them, just let me down. I mean, you know, the place is so small that it just takes about 5 minutes to see the whole area. And I only live about a mile from the airport.
When was your first airplane ride? Do you remember that? Or flight? Did you ever travel on an airplane when you were younger?
No, since I've been older, I go to Vegas to see my sister in Boulder City, Nevada, and to California to see my people there. But that's about it.
I see.
I fly Southwestern.
Yeah. It's worth just getting peanuts, isn't it, for the cheap fares? Well, anything else you'd like to say? Okay. I'm going to turn it over to you if there's some questions
I've
you
got
want to answer.
a couple questions. Earl Downs, Oklahoma Aviator. I'm trying to get the timeline straight. You said you were in the 8th grade when you heard about the attack on Pearl Harbor. Did you go to work were you working in the plant before that or after that?
Oh, no, after that.
After that.
After
Because
that.
you said that you thought you started in the plant about 1940, but it probably would have been in 42 or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did you find out that the plant was hiring women, that they wanted women to come and work on airplanes?
Because my sister worked there already. My older sister worked there.
Okay. But did they have, now you heard from your sister, but do you recall, did they have advertisements or posters wanting women to work in the plant?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay.
I started to wear coveralls today, but I decided they was too small. Well, I thought it might be more appropriate.
It would have been great.
You said you were in training for quite a while. You think maybe a year, but you were in training.
Yes.
And most of the training, or all the training, was to rivet.
Well, no, a lot of the training was to do the wiring, but then when you got over at the plant, then you kind of learned as you went.
All right.
I mean, I was kind of, I just knew how to do it. You know how some people have to learn to do something and others just pick it up and do it.
Well, one thing I was wondering about is because you're a small person,
Mhm.
and a bucking bar with a rivet gun can be pretty heavy and pretty noisy.
Yeah,
How
I
did
was
you, how
strong.
did you do all that?
I was strong.
Okay,
I guess I was just strong back then. I'm a weakling now, though.
okay, so you could pick up that bucking bar
Oh,
and
yeah.
hold it in place.
Yeah.
Great. Do you happen to remember, do you think you worked on any one particular part of an airplane, or did you kind of do the whole airplane? What can you remember about that?
Seemed like we worked on the plant on the wing, maybe.
You think maybe you,
Maybe we worked on the wing.
okay,
I just can't remember for some reason
Okay.
or other. I can't remember whether we worked on the body or the. We may
okay.
have worked on the body and the wings. I don't recall that.
Now, you said that they would come and get you when they
Yes.
had a problem with a small area.
Yes.
But do you remember, now you said you did riveting.
Mhm.
Now, did you ever do any wiring, or did you get into that, or was it pretty
I don't
much
think I-
specialized?
Yeah, I don't think I ever got into wiring
Okay.
in the plant. I don't recall that.
Did anybody ever call you Rosie the Riveter?
Oh yeah, and they would sing this song, Three Little Sisters, Three Little Sisters. Each one was in the Marines. One was a sailor, one was a soldier, one was a Marine or something like that. See, now I don't even know what I had for breakfast.
Okay, that's great. Hang on, let me check my notes, there's a couple other things here. Oh, when you went to work in the plant, were there any attitudes about women working in an aircraft plant? Did you?
The men were glad to have us.
They were.
Yeah,
Okay, why do you think that was?
because I was beautiful.
There you go. Nothing's changed.
Right.
Okay.
Well, someone told me that the other day, so I just believed it.
Yeah,
I
okay.
would imagine that was the case.
So you got along with the men workers okay?
Oh yeah, they love me.
Okay.
I can get their boats out of there
All right.
if they do.
And,
Never had a problem with a man there. In fact, I remember many men working there too.
yeah.
I'm
well,
sure there was.
I'm sure there was, but of course, women were doing so much of the work.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. The
Uh,
men kind of inspected.
I'll bet.
Do you remember your plant getting any awards for doing good work, or do you remember any special presentations or anything about it?
Seemed like they would have some of those sometimes at night,
Okay.
just special occasions maybe.
Did you ever get involved in any of the bond drives, war bond drives?
I used to buy the stamps,
You
but
did?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Seemed like they used me for an advertisement one time, but
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. That's why I was curious. Because they used to interview women, and they used
Yes.
to put them in the movies, and they used to put
Yes.
them on posters, and I wondered if anybody ever asked you to do anything like
I
that.
think they probably did, yes.
Okay.
I can see that book of bonds.
Uh-huh.
coming to
You
mind.
remember the famous poster of what they called Rosie the Riveter with a girl with her strong muscles?
Oh, yeah,
You remember that poster?
yeah.
Okay.
I think it was on the highway, wasn't it?
They were all over.
Everywhere.
They were all over the place.
All right.
Let me just look at my notes. I think that pretty well gets it. I had heard that there were times when women were not welcome in the plants, that men thought they didn't belong here. But you say you never ran into any of that.
Well, if I heard it, I mean, if it was going on, I probably just ignored it
Yeah.
because, I mean, you can't take something like that to heart.
Yeah.
You know, you just do your job and that was it.
Now
I was kind of shy back then also.
I don't believe that.
Do you remember your boss's name?
No, I
No?
don't.
Does the name Jerams ring a bell? He was the plant manager.
Oh, well, probably.
Mr.
Yeah.
Jerams, yeah. I know that Betty Davis came to the plant for a
Mhm.
war bond drive. Did you get to
Mhm.
see Betty
Yeah,
Davis?
yes.
Did you?
Yeah, I was about her size.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's it.
That's it for me. Well, thank you very much.
Well, you're very welcome. It was a pleasure.